One person can kill him. He's terrible. He doesn't even really cast spells.
Nope.
Why
did he just convert?
Somebody's mind controlling him. That's probably
Don't troll your team by mind controlling their targets. So a few days ago, Windstead from the Rated Battleground podcast hosted his first RBG Bootcamp night. 3 podcasters, myself, and a few friends and pugs that were trying out RBGs for the first time got together on Ally Toons for a night of friendly developmental RBGs. Here's a quick plug for all the WoW PvP content creators that joined us that night. If you're looking for more YouTube videos, blog posts, or podcasts, then I encourage you to check out some of these links. I'll post their info in the description below as well for easy copy pasting. We did lose all of our games that night, but still had a lot of fun. Anytime you get that many chatty content creators all in one Discord together, things are likely to be pretty entertaining. So today I want to share a few observations from the night. We covered a lot of things with the new players. Throughout the night, a lot of us were giving pointers, friendly nudges in the right direction to people who were just trying out PvP. If I were to go through and pick out all the bad things that we did in all of our RBGs, I'd probably have over an hour of content covering things not to do in RBGs. But that wasn't the point. It's like I said, it's a developmental boot camp for RBGs. People trying out PvP, trying out RBGs for the first time. So rather than rag on them too much and just be overly critical, I think what I do want to cover instead are things that haven't changed in RBGs since Legion. There's a lot of people that are trying out RBGs this week and last week and in the coming weeks who have been out of the RBG season. The season hasn't been in or just started recently, so people are kind of feeling their way around and trying to figure out what's changed, what's the same. So here are 3 things that haven't changed since Legion in RBGs. 1, CC still wins team fights. With all the changes to all the classes, things have changed. There are classes played differently now. But all in all, in a team fight, in order to get kills, unless your team just happens to do so much more damage than the other, in most cases you're better off calling out CCs, getting those chains going on particular players, mostly healers, so that you can allow your DPS to actually push through. A lot of classes have defensives that will delay their death enough that healers can get to them, despite healers being mobbed by rogues and demon hunters and all the melee that are feeling quite overpowered lately, or feeling good about themselves anyway. And so you do need to not only CC the other team's healers, but also CC some of that melee off of your own healers. Ultimately, team fights, more often than not, seem to come down to whose healers can stay up longer. And it's not a matter of mana. It's not a matter of getting bored or attention span or anything like that. It is really a matter of how long can they stay up and keep healing with all of the melee that are jumping on them in the back lines. 2, communication is still key. The big difference between a YOLO or regular BGs and RBGs, serious RBGs, is communication. Having everybody in a voice server, be it Discord or Raid Call or Curse or Vent even. It doesn't terribly matter what your favorite is, but as long as you get everybody together and talking, people will join your group. People enjoy RBGs largely because they feel like they're part of a team, and at the start, it feels a little awkward. You get all those pugs together, nobody's really run with each other before, there's a lot of silence, maybe there's a few more outgoing extroverts that are talking up, and a lot of people are really hinging on that team leader or the strat caller to speak up and kind of get people talking. And that talking is crucial. You need to have base sitters calling inks, you need to have your CC being called, you need to have targets being called, you need to have your strats being called. I've done whole videos on this before, but it's still super important. That hasn't changed. It's still super important that you do this. throughout all your RBGs going forward too. And I don't foresee this changing in the near future in the game either. So if you're uncomfortable talking in chat and giving good input and good callouts throughout an RBG, that's a skill you want to work on. 3, set expectations at the start of your RBG session with your group. If you're bringing in pugs, if you're bringing in friends, even if you're bringing in people that know you and know how you like to play, set expectations up front so that people know what they can expect. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, we lost all of our games, but we still had fun. Because at the very beginning, we told everyone this is a boot camp, a developmental session for people who are starting out RBGs. And the rest of us, we just started the season as well. You know, we've been PvPing for a long time and we're fairly comfortable with RBGs and team play, but we're still learning all the different classes. Things have changed drastically. Classes play differently. Assumptions about what rogues can do and what healers can do are not terribly solid anymore. You got to question all that stuff. So we're still kind of feeling our way out on a few things too. But if everybody in the group understands that everybody goes into the BGs scene thinking I can expect this and this and this and this to happen because this is what we're trying to accomplish as a group, then you're going to avoid a lot of confusion. You're going to avoid a lot of their own individual assumptions being broken, and emotionally your team is going to do better. You're going to have better morale, and if you maintain that, you can still have fun while losing in RBGs. And I know that can be hard for some people to swallow, but trust me, give it a try sometime. Just enjoy the PvP, enjoy the camaraderie of a team for its own sake, and you'll get a lot more out of the game in itself. So those are my 3 things that I want you to keep in mind as you go forward into RBGs this season. A lot has changed. The classes have changed, some of the strategies have changed, some of the tactics in team fights have changed, but these 3 things I really don't think have changed. Call your CCs, have good communication with your team, and set expectations as a team what you're wanting to get out of your RBGs for the night. And if you keep those in mind, that gives you sort of a solid foundation to build up upon. Let me know in the comments section below your experiences with RBGs here at the beginning of the season. Have things changed so drastically that you're feeling a little bit lost? How are you going about networking and building that group of friends that you can go out and do really well and maybe push rating or just have some fun with? I'd love to hear about those experiences in the comments, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next week with another video.